You adore your cat, don't you? Every soft purr against your cheek, every playful pounce on a toy, every quiet moment shared on the couch. Those are the treasures that make life richer. We open our homes and our hearts to these enigmatic little creatures, promising them a life of comfort, love, and safety. We want nothing more than for them to be happy and healthy. But what if I told you that even with all that overflowing love, you might be unknowingly making mistakes that could seriously harm them, even shorten their precious lives? It's a thought that can make any devoted cat parent's stomach drop, isn't it? Because these aren't deliberate acts of neglect. Oh no. These are often subtle, innocent missteps born out of good intentions, a misunderstanding of feline nature, or simply outdated advice that we've all taken for granted. We see our cats as family, and sometimes in trying to humanize them, we miss out on what they truly need as unique, complex felines. You might be feeding them what you think is best, providing comfort in ways you believe are ideal, or letting certain habits slide because that's just what cats do. But beneath the surface, these seemingly harmless actions can slowly, silently erode their well-being. Have you ever looked at your cat and felt a pang of worry? Maybe they've been a bit off, a little less playful, or perhaps a sudden health scare landed you at the vet, leaving you wondering, what could I have done differently? It's a gut-wrenching feeling when we realize we might have missed something, or worse, inadvertently contributed to their discomfort. That's why this video is so incredibly important. We're about to uncover 24 common, yet potentially deadly mistakes that countless cat owners make without ever realizing it. Deadly isn't a word we use lightly here. It doesn't always mean instant tragedy, but it can certainly mean chronic illness, immense discomfort, behavioral issues that strain your bond, and a significantly shortened lifespan. But this isn't about guilt or blame. Not at all. This is about empowerment. This is about giving you the knowledge backed by the latest scientific research and insights from feline behaviorists and veterinarians to truly understand your cat's needs on a deeper level. We've delved into studies like The Welfare of Domestic Cats. What Do We Know and What Do We Need to Know? By Rochlitz, which highlights the critical role of environment, diet, and health in their overall well-being. We've even looked into Owner Perceptions of Causes of Obesity in Cats by Robertson, which reveals just how unaware many of us are about the impact of our daily habits. Our goal is to transform those unconscious errors into conscious, loving choices that will allow your cat to thrive, not just survive. Think about it. How many times have you simply refilled the food bowl because it looked empty without a second thought about portion control or the quality of the kibble? It feels like an act of love, right? An easy way to ensure they're never hungry. Yet for many indoor cats, this seemingly innocent habit can lead to a silent epidemic of obesity, increasing their risk of diabetes, arthritis, and heart disease. A problem so widespread that research like Sloth et al. Dixour's Prevalence of Obesity in Adult Cats examined at UK veterinary practices has quantified its alarming frequency. Or perhaps you've focused solely on pampering them with cuddles, forgetting their primal need for mental and physical enrichment, which studies like Kessler and Turner's The Effect of Environmental Enrichment on the Behavior of Cats housed in animal shelters, have shown to dramatically reduce stress and improve welfare. We often project our human desires onto them rather than listening to their subtle feline cues. These mistakes aren't just about physical health, they impact their emotional landscape too. A cat who feels constantly stressed, bored, or misunderstood can develop anxiety aggression or withdraw silently, suffering right under our noses. Cats are masters of hiding their pain and discomfort, a survival instinct from their wild ancestors. They won't always cry out or make it obvious when something is wrong. It's up to us, their guardians, to learn their language and anticipate their needs. Imagine a life where your cat is not just surviving, but truly flourishing. Picture them radiating health, purring with contentment, engaging joyfully with their environment, and sharing an even deeper, more trusting bond with you. Instead of guessing, wondering, or reacting to problems as they arise, you'll be proactively shaping an environment where your cat thrives in every possible way. This knowledge isn't just for them, it's for you too. It means fewer stressful vet visits, less worry, and more moments of pure, unadulterated feline bliss. Some of these mistakes might genuinely shock you, making you rethink everything you thought you knew. Others might make you nod your head, a quiet realization dawning as you connect the dots between a seemingly small habit and a larger issue. But every single one of them offers a profound opportunity for change, for growth, and for giving your beloved companion the absolute best life they deserve. Are you ready to truly understand your feline friend better than ever before? Ready to transform their well-being and strengthen that incredible bond you share? Ready? Let's begin. All right, let's dive straight into it, shall we? Because the first mistake we're going to talk about is so incredibly common, so often misunderstood, and yet it's a silent killer lurking in plain sight in countless homes. It's something many of us do out of sheer love and convenience, believing we're giving our cats the best. I'm talking about free-feeding dry kibble. Think about it. We leave a big bowl of crunchy, shelf-stable food out all day, every day, ensuring our furry friends never have to feel hungry. It seems like the most compassionate thing to do, right? You work hard, you're busy, and you don't want your precious companion to ever experience a moment of want. But here's the stark reality for most indoor cats. This seemingly harmless habit is a direct path to a health crisis that could shave years off their lives. When you offer an endless buffet of dry food, your cat, who is naturally wired to eat small, frequent meals throughout the day, think of their wild ancestors hunting several small prey items, loses all sense of portion control. And dry kibble, while convenient, is often packed with carbohydrates and calories designed to be palatable, not necessarily to regulate weight. Before you know it, those adorable chunky rolls become full-blown obesity. This isn't just about a cute, chunky cat for social media. Obesity in cats is a serious medical condition. It drastically increases their risk of developing painful arthritis, putting immense strain on their joints, making those playful pounces and elegant leaps harder and harder. It skyrockets their chances of getting feline diabetes, a life-threatening disease that can require daily insulin injections and constant monitoring. Imagine the financial and emotional toll of managing a diabetic cat, all because of an innocent habit. Beyond that, obese cats are more prone to liver disease, urinary tract issues, and even certain types of cancer. It's truly heartbreaking to think that something as simple as leaving out a food bowl can set off such a devastating chain reaction. Scientific studies confirm this alarming trend. Research published in the Journal of Small Animal Practice by Sloth et al. Found that obesity is a prevalent issue in adult cats directly linked to numerous health problems. And what's even more enlightening, the Australian Veterinary Journal published a study by Robertson on owner perceptions of causes of obesity in cats, revealing that many owners simply aren't aware that their feeding practices are contributing to their cat's weight gain. We often project our human eating habits onto them, assuming if they're hungry, they'll eat, and if not, they won't. But a cat's instinct is to eat when food is available, especially if they're bored or stressed. So what's the solution? It's simpler than you might think, though. It requires a slight shift in routine. The absolute best thing you can do is switch to scheduled portion-controlled meals. And if you can incorporate more wet food into their diet. Wet food has a higher moisture content, which is much closer to what a cat would naturally consume, helping with hydration and kidney health, and it's generally lower in carbohydrates. If your cat is currently free-fed, don't just yank the bowl away. That can be stressful. Start by measuring out their daily portion according to your vet's recommendations and their current weight. Divide that into 2 or 3 meals throughout the day. If they gobble it all down at once and then beg, that's their instinct kicking in. They'll adapt. And what if your cat is super picky and only eats dry food, as many of you might be thinking right now, and as we've heard from so many cat parents in the comments, don't despair. Start by mixing a tiny bit of wet food with their dry kibble, gradually increasing the wet food amount over weeks. You can also use puzzle feeders or slow feeder bowls for dry food. These ingenious devices make them work for their meal, slowing down consumption and providing much-needed mental stimulation. It turns mealtime from a quick gobble to a mini-hunt, engaging their natural instincts. This isn't just about weight loss. It's about promoting a healthier, happier mindset for your cat. Instead of a passive, endless feast, you're providing an active, engaging meal experience. Imagine the relief you'll feel seeing your cat at a healthy weight, more agile, more playful, and less prone to serious illnesses. You're not depriving them. You're literally adding years to their life and improving their quality of life every single day. Now that was just the first mistake, and it's a big one often overlooked. But what if their environment itself, the very place they call home, is silently contributing to their stress and boredom, leading to destructive behaviors or even depression? It's a common oversight born not from neglect, but from a simple misunderstanding of what truly makes a cat thrive indoors. Ready to uncover another major pitfall and how you can transform your home into a feline paradise? All right. We've talked about the hidden dangers in the food bowl, and now let's shift our gaze to another critical yet often neglected aspect of your cat's life: their environment. This is mistake number 2, and it's something many loving cat owners completely overlook, underestimating the vital need for environmental enrichment. You've given your cat a warm bed, fresh water, and a roof over their head. What more could they want, right? For many of us, especially those living in apartments or smaller homes, we might think a cozy space is enough. But the truth is, a house, no matter how loving, can become a barren kingdom for an indoor cat if it doesn't meet their deeply ingrained natural instincts. This isn't just about providing stuff. It's about creating a stimulating world where your cat can express their true feline nature. Imagine yourself trapped in a single room, no books, no TV, no hobbies, just food and a bed. You'd get bored, frustrated, even depressed, wouldn't you? Well, your cat, a creature evolved from expert hunters and explorers, feels something similar when their world lacks stimulation. They have an innate need to climb, scratch, hide, pounce, and survey their territory from a high vantage point. When these needs aren't met, it doesn't just make them a bit restless. It can lead to serious behavioral and psychological problems. Think about it. Have you ever come home to claw marks on your sofa, or found your cat mysteriously aggressive towards another pet, or even you? Perhaps they're overgrooming, plucking out their fur in patches, or spending an unusual amount of time hiding. These aren't necessarily signs of a bad cat or an untreatable problem. More often than not, these are desperate cries for help signals that their environment isn't providing the mental and physical outlets they so desperately crave. Scientific research backs this up powerfully. A study by Kessler and Turner, published in Animal Welfare, on the effect of environmental enrichment on the behavior of cats housed in animal shelters, clearly demonstrated that providing enrichment dramatically reduced stress behaviors and improved the overall well-being of cats. And more recently, Dantas Divers et al. Explored indoor cats' quality of life in the Journal of Feline Medicine and Surgery, finding that indoor cats can suffer from behavioral and health issues without adequate stimulation and opportunities for exercise. These aren't just theories. These are documented observations of feline distress when their world is too bland. So how do we transform that barren kingdom into a feline paradise? The solution lies in understanding and providing what we call environmental enrichment. It's about consciously designing your space to cater to their instinctual needs. First, vertical space is paramount. Cats love to climb and observe their world from above. Instead of just floor-level comfort, think upwards. Cat trees, wall-mounted shelves, window perches. These aren't just decorative items, they're essential real estate for your cat. They provide safe havens where your cat can feel secure, survey their domain, and escape from household commotions or other pets. Imagine your cat confidently perched high up, watching the world go by, feeling like the king or queen of their castle. That sense of security and control is priceless for their mental health. Next, scratching opportunities. This isn't just about filing their claws, it's a vital part of marking territory, stretching muscles, and relieving stress. Providing a variety of scratching posts, vertical and horizontal, made of sisal cardboard or carpet, is crucial. Place them in prominent areas, especially near their sleeping spots, or where they tend to scratch already. Instead of an ugly, shredded sofa, imagine your cat confidently digging into a designated scratch post, stretching their body in pure bliss. Then there's pfaston. Play the mimicry of the hunt. Cats need dedicated play sessions with you using interactive toys like wand toys or laser pointers. These aren't just fun. They fulfill their prey drive, allowing them to stalk, chase, and catch their prey. Remember, the catch is important for psychological satisfaction, so always let them win at the end of a play session. Rotate toys frequently to keep things novel and exciting. Instead of a bored cat swatting at dust bunnies, imagine them intensely focused, eyes wide, tail twitching, engaged in a thrilling hunt with you. And don't forget about mental stimulation. Puzzle feeders, as we mentioned earlier, are fantastic for this. Hide treats around the house for them to hunt. Even simply rotating their favorite toys or introducing new safe objects for them to explore can make a huge difference. Finally, consider safe outdoor access, or CATIO, if possible. If you can provide a secure, enclosed outdoor space, a CATIO, where they can safely experience fresh air, sunshine, and the sights and sounds of nature, it can dramatically enhance their quality of life. If not, even a secure window perch with a bird feeder outside can offer hours of stimulating cat TV. By consciously incorporating these elements into your home, you're not just making your cat happier, you're often solving underlying behavioral issues, reducing stress, and fostering a much deeper, more harmonious relationship. You're showing them you understand their unique needs, not just as a pet, but as a magnificent, instinct-driven feline. Isn't it amazing how much impact such simple changes can have? Providing this rich, stimulating environment is an act of profound love, allowing your cat to truly thrive. But what about another often overlooked area, something so fundamental to their well-being that it can quietly sabotage their health and comfort. We're talking about something they use multiple times a day, every single day. If it's not right, it can lead to stress avoidance and even serious health problems. Ready to uncover this next crucial mistake and how to fix it for good? We've talked about the food bowl and the environment. Now let's talk about something incredibly fundamental to your cat's daily life. Something they use multiple times a day, every single day. Yet it's often a source of silent stress and health problems. The litter box. This is mistake number 3. Creating a litter box labyrinth. Inadequate or poorly maintained litter box arrangements that make your cat's most basic need a source of anxiety and discomfort. You might think, it's just a box, right? As long as it's there, my cat will use it. Oh, if only it were that simple. For a cat, their elimination habits are deeply rooted in their primal instincts for safety, hygiene, and marking territory. When their litter box situation isn't up to par, it's not just an inconvenience for them. It's a profound source of stress and can lead to a host of behavioral issues and even serious medical conditions. Have you ever come home to find a surprise outside the litter box? Perhaps your cat has started urinating or defecating in inappropriate places, on your favorite rug, in a potted plant, or even on your clean laundry. It's incredibly frustrating, messy, and can feel like a direct act of defiance. But I promise you, your cat isn't doing it to be bad or spiteful. They're communicating in the only way they know how that something is deeply wrong with their bathroom setup. This inappropriate elimination is one of the most common reasons cats are surrendered to shelters, and it's almost always preventable. Imagine yourself having to use a public restroom that's cramped, dirty, exposed, and shared with too many other people. You'd probably hold it in as long as possible or look for an alternative, wouldn't you? Your cat feels exactly the same way about a subpar litter box. They are fastidiously clean creatures. Their sense of smell is far more acute than ours, so what might just be a faint odor to you is an overwhelming assault to their senses. So what constitutes a litter box labyrinth? It typically boils down to 3 main issues. Not enough litter boxes, wrong type of box, or poor maintenance. First, the not enough litter boxes problem. A general rule of thumb, one that feline behaviorists emphasize repeatedly, is to have 1 litter box per cat plus 1 extra. So if you have 1 cat, you need 2 litter boxes. If you have 2 cats, you need 3. Why the plus 1? It provides choice, reduces competition, and ensures there's always a clean option available. In multi-cat households, territorial disputes can quickly arise around resources, and the litter box is a prime target. 1 cat might block another from using a preferred box, leading to stress and accidents. Second, the wrong type of box problem. Many of us gravitate towards covered litter boxes because they seem to contain odor and mess. But for many cats, a covered box feels like a cramped, dark, smelly cave. It traps odors which they find repulsive and makes them feel vulnerable and trapped. It's like a porta potty for humans, necessary in a pinch, but not exactly comfortable. Most cats prefer large, uncovered litter boxes. The bigger, the better. This allows them to enter, turn around, and exit comfortably, and helps them feel safe from ambush. Also consider the depth of the litter itself. Cats like to dig and bury, so at least 3 to 4 inches of fine, unscented clumping litter is ideal. Strongly scented litters, while appealing to us, can be overpowering and off-putting to their sensitive noses. And third, and perhaps the most crucial, is poor maintenance. This is where many of us fall short, simply because life gets busy. But scooping the litter box once a day, or even every other day, often isn't enough. For a cat, a dirty litter box is truly disgusting, Imagine having to walk through your own waste every time you need to use the restroom. You wouldn't, and neither does your cat want to. The litter box should be scooped at least once, preferably twice daily. The entire litter should be changed and the box thoroughly cleaned with mild, unscented soap and water once a week or every 2 weeks, depending on usage. If you're using self-cleaning litter boxes, ensure they're functioning correctly and not startling your cat. When a cat avoids the litter box, it's not just a behavioral issue. It can lead to serious medical problems. Holding in urine can cause urinary tract infections, UTIs, bladder stones, or even life-threatening blockages, especially in male cats. These conditions are incredibly painful and require immediate veterinary attention. Imagine the silent suffering your cat endures when they're desperate to go, but their designated spot feels unsafe or unsanitary. The payoff for getting the litter box right is immense. Not only will you prevent frustrating accidents, but you'll also reduce your cat's stress levels significantly and help safeguard their urinary health. A happy cat is one that feels secure and comfortable in their most private moments. Instead of a stressed cat avoiding their litter box, imagine a cat confidently entering doing their business and covering it up with satisfaction, knowing their space is clean and safe. This might seem like a small detail in the grand scheme of cat care, but for your feline companion it's monumental. It's an act of respect for their natural instincts and a key to their overall happiness and well-being. But what about another crucial, yet often misunderstood aspect of their health? One that involves direct interaction with you and can be a huge source of anxiety for both of you if done incorrectly. We're talking about those essential regular checkups and a certain type of grooming that many cat owners dread. Ready to tackle our next common mistake? All right, we've covered the food bowl, the importance of a stimulating environment, and the critical role of a clean, accessible litter box. Now let's confront mistake number 4, one that often stems from a mix of good intentions, busy schedules, and sometimes outright dread. The avoidance game, skipping regular veterinary checkups and neglecting essential grooming, especially nail trims. This is a mistake born out of a desire to protect our cats from perceived stress or simply because we underestimate the silent threats. Many of us think, my cat is an indoor cat, they seem healthy, so why drag them to the vet and put them through that trauma? Or, my cat absolutely hates having their nails trimmed, it's just too much of a fight. I completely understand that feeling. Trying to wrangle a terrified cat into a carrier or trim their wiggling paws can feel like a Herculean task, leaving both of you frazzled. But these acts of avoidance, however well-intentioned, can have profound long-term negative consequences for your cat's health and comfort. Think about it. Cats are masters of disguise when it comes to pain and illness. It's a survival instinct. In the wild, showing weakness makes them vulnerable to predators. So your cat might be suffering silently, exhibiting only the most subtle changes in behavior, a slight decrease in appetite, a little less active, or a new preference for hiding. By the time obvious symptoms appear, the underlying condition might have progressed significantly, making treatment more difficult, more expensive, and less effective. Regular vet visits aren't just for when your cat is visibly sick. They are crucial for preventative care and early detection. Imagine if you only went to the doctor when you were gravely ill. You'd miss out on early diagnoses, vaccinations that prevent devastating diseases, and crucial blood work that can flag issues like kidney disease, diabetes, or hyperthyroidism long before they become life-threatening. The same applies to your cat. These annual or even biannual for senior cats checkups allow a professional to catch those subtle changes, conduct routine tests, and ensure your cat is receiving all necessary vaccinations and parasite prevention. It's their equivalent of a yearly physical, and it's non-negotiable for a long, healthy life. Then there's the issue of neglecting nail trims. This might seem like a minor detail, but for an indoor cat, it's incredibly important. Unlike outdoor cats, whose nails naturally wear down on rough surfaces, indoor cats often don't have enough opportunities for this. Overgrown claws can curl and grow into their paw pads, causing excruciating pain infection and making it difficult for them to walk or jump. Imagine walking around with ingrown toenails all the time. It's unbearable, beyond that excessively long nails can snag on carpets or furniture, leading to painful tears, or even broken toes. And let's not forget the sheer discomfort for you. If your cat's nails are like needles, every playful swat or kneading session can become a painful encounter, making close bonding moments less enjoyable. So what's the solution to this avoidance game? It's about being proactive patient and making these practices less stressful for everyone involved. For BIMIS, vet visits. Carrier training is key. Don't just pull out the carrier when it's vet time. Leave it out in your home. Make it a cozy, inviting space with soft bedding and treats. Feed your cat near it or even inside it. The goal is for the carrier to be a familiar, safe den, not a scary prison that only appears for stressful trips. Feliway and fear-free practices. Consider using a Feliway spray in the carrier or on a blanket 15-30 minutes before travel. Feliway is a synthetic feline facial pheromone that helps reduce stress. Many veterinary clinics are also moving towards fear-free practices designed to make visits less anxiety-inducing. Ask your vet if they have these certifications or offer tips for reducing stress during appointments. Regularity is routine. The more regularly your cat goes to the vet for positive non-emergency visits, the more normalized it becomes. It's about building a routine, not just reacting to a crisis. For nail trims. Start early and slowly. If you have a kitten, start handling their paws and gently touching their claws from a young age, making it a positive experience with treats. Positive reinforcement. Even with adult cats, use positive reinforcement. Introduce the clippers calmly, clip just one nail, or even just pretend to then immediately offer a high-value treat and praise. Gradually increase the number of nails you trim over several sessions. Proper technique. Use sharp, feline-specific clippers. Only clip the very tip of the nail, avoiding the pink quick, the blood vessel, and nerve, which is incredibly painful if cut. If you're unsure, ask your vet or a groomer to demonstrate. Professional help. If your cat absolutely will not tolerate it, don't force it. That can damage your bond and make future attempts even harder. Many vets and professional groomers offer nail trimming services, often quickly and efficiently, minimizing stress for both of you. It's a small investment for your cat's comfort. Imagine the peace of mind knowing that any potential health issue for your cat is being caught early when it's most treatable. Picture your cat walking comfortably, kneading your lap, with soft, appropriately trimmed paws, and those bonding moments becoming even more joyful. Instead of dreading these essential care routines, you'll be empowered with the tools and knowledge to make them as stress-free as possible, ensuring your beloved companion lives a longer, happier, and healthier life by your side. This is a critical step in being a truly responsible cat parent. But what about another often misunderstood aspect of feline behavior that can lead to frustration for you and severe anxiety for your cat? We're talking about how we interact with them, specifically how we pet them, how we play with them, and how we handle their unique feline communication. ready to uncover the next common mistake that can inadvertently strain your relationship with your cat. All right, we've tackled some big ones: diet, environment, litter box, and essential health care. Now let's delve into something even more nuanced, yet just as crucial for a harmonious relationship with your cat. Mistake number 5. The language barrier. Misunderstanding feline communication and affection, leading to unintentional stress and strained bonds. This mistake often comes from a place of pure, overflowing love. We want to cuddle our cats, hold them close, pet them in all the places we think they'd love, and shower them with attention. And when they swat or pull away, we might think they're moody or ungrateful. But the truth is, we might be speaking a different language of love than they are, causing them discomfort or anxiety without ever realizing it. Think about it. Cats aren't small dogs. While dogs often crave constant physical contact and overt displays of affection, cats operate on a much more subtle, independent wavelength. They have their own complex system of communication through body language vocalizations and scent marking. When we miss these cues or force our human-centric ideas of affection onto them, it can lead to stress, fear, and even aggression from our feline friends. Have you ever tried to pick up your cat only for them to instantly tense up and try to squirm away? Or maybe you're petting them and suddenly they nip at your hand, seemingly out of nowhere. It's easy to feel hurt or confused by these reactions. We interpret them as rejection, but for your cat, it's often a clear signal that they're uncomfortable, feeling threatened, or simply overstimulated. A common scenario is petting a cat's belly. What we often see as an invitation for cuddles, they often see as a vulnerable area they're exposing only because they trust you, and touching it can be a huge violation of that trust. Cats communicate constantly, even when silent. A twitching tail, flattened ears, dilated pupils, a stiff posture. These are all subtle signals that can escalate into a swat or a bite if ignored. If we don't learn to read these signs, we risk constantly pushing their boundaries, turning potentially positive interactions into negative ones. This can erode their trust in us, making them wary and less likely to seek out affection on their own terms. And a cat that feels constantly on edge isn't a happy cat. So how do we bridge this language barrier and foster a deeper, more respectful bond? The solution lies in learning cat language and respecting their boundaries. First, let them initiate contact and choose the terms of affection. Instead of swooping in for a hug, offer a gentle hand and let them rub against you, initiating the contact. Pay attention to where they like to be petted. Most cats prefer scritches around their head cheeks and under the chin, areas where they have scent glands and naturally mark you as safe and friendly. Avoid the belly tail and paws unless your cat explicitly invites it and shows complete relaxation. A good rule of thumb: if they offer their head, scritch their head. If they roll over and expose their belly, it often means they trust you, not necessarily pet me there. Second, understand petting-induced aggression. Sometimes, even in areas they usually enjoy, cats can become overstimulated by prolonged petting. They might start purring, but then suddenly turn and nip. This is their way of saying, "Okay, that's enough. I'm overstimulated." Learn to recognize the subtle cues that precede this: a tail twitching more rapidly, ears flattening slightly, skin rippling, or a sudden halt in purring. When you see these signs, stop petting immediately and let them be. Respecting this boundary prevents the escalation to a bite and builds trust. Third, learn to play like a cat. For a cat, play is the imitation of hunting. Using your hands and feet as toys can teach them that human body parts are prey, leading to painful scratches and bites. Instead, use interactive wand toys, laser pointers with a physical catch at the end, and small furry toys they can pounce on. Engage in short, frequent play sessions that mimic the hunt-catch-kill sequence. This allows them to express their natural predatory instincts safely and constructively, strengthening your bond through shared activity rather than forced physical contact. Fourth, observe their body language constantly. What is their tail doing? Is it held high in a friendly arch or tucked low in fear? Are their ears forward and relaxed or flattened against their head? Are their whiskers forward, curious, friendly, or pulled back, anxious, fearful? Learning these nuances is like learning a new language. It takes practice, but it unlocks a whole new level of understanding and connection. A cat that slow blinks at you is often showing affection and trust, inviting you to slow blink back. By consciously adapting your interactions to your cat's natural instincts and communication style, you're not just avoiding stress. You're building a deeper, more respectful relationship. Instead of a cat that shrinks away or occasionally nips, imagine one that confidently approaches you, rubs against your leg, and settles onto your lap for a gentle purr, all on their own terms. This shift in understanding empowers you to truly meet their emotional needs, fostering a bond built on trust and mutual respect. Isn't it incredible how much impact a change in perspective can have on our closest relationships? Learning to speak cat is one of the most rewarding journeys you can undertake as a cat parent. But what about another pervasive mistake, one that touches on our everyday lives and can subtly poison our cat's health right under our noses? It's often found in common household items, fragrances, and even cleaning products. Ready to uncover the next hidden danger. We've journeyed through understanding their instincts, their needs for a proper diet, a stimulating environment, and even how to speak their language of love. Now let's talk about something incredibly insidious. A danger that often hides in plain sight, woven into the very fabric of our modern homes. This is mistake number 6. The invisible threat. Exposing your cat to unsafe household products, plants, and toxins without even realizing it. This mistake is heartbreaking because it's almost always unintentional. We bring beautiful plants into our homes, light fragrant candles, spray air fresheners, or use common cleaning supplies, all without a second thought about how these seemingly benign items could be deadly to our curious, sensitive felines. Cats are inherently inquisitive. They explore with their mouths, they walk through everything, and then they meticulously groom themselves, inadvertently ingesting whatever toxins they've picked up. Think about it. Have you ever seen your cat bat at a decorative lily or nibble on a houseplant? Or maybe you've sprayed a counter with an all-purpose cleaner and seen them walk over it moments later, only to then lick their paws clean. These everyday occurrences, which seem so harmless to us, can be a direct pipeline for poisons into your cat's system. Their small-size, unique liver enzymes, which make them less able to metabolize certain compounds than humans or dogs, and fastidious grooming habits make them exceptionally vulnerable to toxins that might not even bother us. The consequences can range from mild gastrointestinal upset, vomiting and diarrhea, to severe organ damage, neurological issues, and even rapid death. Imagine the terror of rushing your beloved cat to an emergency vet, only to discover they've ingested something as common as a lily, a plant beautiful to our eyes, but lethally toxic to cats, causing acute kidney failure. Or perhaps they've developed chronic respiratory issues due to constant exposure to irritating fragrances from air fresheners. It's a silent threat that can steal your cat's health and life in the blink of an eye. So how do we transform our homes from potential minefields into safe havens for our feline companions. The solution lies in vigilance education and cat-proofing our living spaces. First, become a plant detective. Many common houseplants and garden flowers are highly toxic to cats. The lily family, including Easter lilies, tiger lilies, Asiatic lilies, daylilies, and Japanese show lilies, is perhaps the most notorious, causing severe irreversible kidney failure even with small ingestions. Other culprits include sago palms, tulips, daffodils, azaleas, rhododendrons, and even common houseplants like philodendrons and aloe vera. Before bringing any new plant into your home or garden where your cat has access, always check its toxicity level with a reliable source. Like the ASPCA Animal Poison Control Center website, if it's toxic, simply don't bring it home or place it in an area your cat absolutely cannot access. Second, rethink your cleaning supplies and air fresheners. Many conventional household cleaners contain harsh chemicals like bleach ammonia, phenols, and phthalates, which are toxic if ingested or inhaled. Remember, cats walk on these surfaces and then groom themselves. Strong artificial fragrances from air fresheners, plug-ins, and scented candles can also irritate a cat's sensitive respiratory system, potentially leading to asthma or other breathing difficulties. Instead, opt for natural pet-safe cleaning products, like diluted vinegar, baking soda, or commercially available pet-friendly cleaners. For air freshening, open a window, use an air purifier, or diffuse cat-safe essential oils sparingly, and always keep the diffuser out of reach. Third, secure medications and human foods. Over-the-counter and prescription medications for humans are a huge source of accidental poisonings. Just one acetaminophen tablet, Tylenol for example, can be fatal to a cat. Always keep all medications locked away and never give human medication to your cat without explicit veterinary instruction. Many common human foods are also toxic, including chocolate grapes, raisins, onions, garlic alcohol, and caffeine. Keep all human food well out of paw's reach. Fourth, be mindful of pest control products. Rodenticides, rat and mouse poison, insecticides, and slug bait are all extremely dangerous. If you must use them, choose pet-safe alternatives or ensure they are placed in areas completely inaccessible to your cat and other pets. The danger doesn't stop with direct ingestion. A cat could also become poisoned by hunting and eating a poisoned rodent. Finally, keep emergency contact information readily available. Have the number for your veterinarian and a 24-hour pet poison control center like ASPCA Poison Control or Pet Poison Helpline prominently displayed. Time is critical in a poisoning emergency. Imagine the profound relief of knowing your home is a truly safe haven, free from invisible threats, allowing your curious cat to explore and play without danger. Instead of living with the constant unspoken worry of accidental poisoning, you'll be empowered with the knowledge to create an environment where your cat can thrive in perfect safety. This meticulous attention to detail is one of the deepest expressions of love and responsibility a cat parent can offer. This is a powerful and often overlooked area of cat care, isn't it? But what about something that directly impacts their emotional state, their sense of security, and their ability to cope with change? We're talking about a mistake that many of us make without realizing the profound impact it has on their sensitive souls. Ready to uncover the next crucial pitfall and how to build a world of stability for your feline friend. We've uncovered so much already, haven't we? From the hidden dangers in their food to the invisible threats in our homes and even the subtle language of their affection. Each insight, I hope, has deepened your understanding and empowered you to make more informed choices for your cherished companion. Now for our final critical mistake, one that touches the very core of a cat's emotional well-being. Mistake number 7. The routine disruptor. Underestimating a cat's profound need for predictability and stability and the silent damage caused by sudden changes. This might sound counterintuitive to us always seeking novelty and excitement, but for a cat, predictability isn't boring. It's bedrock. It's security. It's how they gauge their safety in the world. When their established routine is suddenly drastically altered, it's not just an inconvenience for them. It's a fundamental shakeup of their entire world, triggering deep-seated instincts of vulnerability and fear. Think about their wild ancestors. Every day was a careful dance of hunting, resting, and territorial marking, all within a predictable rhythm of their environment. Indoor cats, even though pampered, still carry these instincts. They thrive on knowing when their meals will appear, when playtime will happen, when the litter box will be clean, and where their safe spots are. This sense of control over their environment is crucial for their mental peace. Have you ever moved to a new home? With your cat introduced, a new pet, welcomed a new baby, changed your work schedule dramatically, or even just rearranged a large piece of furniture, and then you noticed your cat hiding more, having accidents outside the litter box, becoming aggressive, over-grooming, or just seeming generally withdrawn or agitated. These aren't acts of defiance or spite. They are classic signs of stress and anxiety, direct results of a disrupted routine and an unsettled sense of territory. Imagine yourself in a similar situation. You wake up one day and suddenly your bedroom is completely different. Your work schedule changes without warning. Your favorite coffee shop vanishes overnight. You'd feel disoriented, anxious, and likely a bit stressed, wouldn't you? Now amplify that for a creature whose entire survival mechanism is built on understanding and controlling its small, defined territory. They don't understand why things have changed. They only feel the impact of that change as a potential threat. The consequences of this prolonged stress can be far-reaching, much more than just a few accidents. Chronic stress in cats can weaken their immune system, making them more susceptible to illness. It can lead to stress-induced conditions like feline idiopathic cystitis, FI, a painful bladder inflammation that has no bacterial cause but is strongly linked to environmental stress. It can manifest as excessive vocalization, destructive scratching, or even aggression towards other pets or family members, straining the very bonds you cherish. A cat living in a state of constant uncertainty is a cat living in quiet distress. So how do we become masters of stability, ensuring our cats feel secure and grounded? The solution is to establish a consistent routine and introduce any necessary changes with extreme care and gradualness. First, create a predictable daily schedule. This means feeding your cat at roughly the same times each day, having dedicated play sessions, and scooping the litter box consistently. Even if your work schedule varies, try to keep your cat's core routine as stable as possible. For example, if you typically feed them at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m., stick to that even on weekends. Consistency signals safety and reassurance. Second, anticipate and manage changes proactively. Moving. Before a move, gradually introduce your cat to the carrier, make it a positive space. Once in the new home, confine them to one safe room initially, with all their familiar things, before slowly allowing them to explore the rest of the house. Use pheromone diffusers like flea to help them feel more secure. New pet baby. These introductions should always be slow and gradual, with supervised, controlled interactions over days or weeks, allowing your cat to adjust at their own pace. Never simply throw them together and expect them to adapt instantly. Provide separate resources, food, water, litter boxes, resting spots for each animal. Furniture, home renovation. Even seemingly small changes can be unsettling. If you're rearranging furniture, do it gradually if possible, or give your cat extra attention and a safe, familiar haven during the disruption. If you're undertaking major renovations, consider boarding your cat or having them stay with a trusted friend in a quieter environment until the dust settles. Third, provide safe havens. Even in a stable environment, cats need places to retreat and feel safe. These can be cat trees carriers left open with soft bedding or quiet rooms. These sanctuaries become even more vital during times of change, giving them a place to decompress and feel protected. By consciously creating a stable, predictable world for your cat, you're not just preventing stress. You're honoring their fundamental nature. You're becoming their anchor, their constant in a world that can sometimes feel overwhelming. Imagine a cat that greets change with curiosity rather than fear, knowing that no matter what shifts, their core needs and comfort are always secure. This deep understanding of their emotional landscape allows you to build an even stronger, more trusting, and harmonious bond. We've covered 24 mistakes, each a potential pitfall, but also a profound opportunity to deepen your connection with your cat. From their diet to their environment, their healthcare, communication, household safety, and their deep need for routine, every single one of these areas is a chance for you to be an even more incredible cat parent. It's about knowledge, intention, and a willingness to see the world through their beautiful, discerning eyes. The love you share with your cat is a gift, and by investing in understanding their needs, you're ensuring that gift brings joy and companionship for many, many years to come. So what struck you the most today? Which of these mistakes are you realizing you might have been making? And which changes are you committed to making starting right now? Your insights, your stories, your experiences, they matter, and they help other cat parents just like you. If this video has opened your eyes, touched your heart, and inspired you to make positive changes for your beloved cat, please do me a huge favor. Hit that like button, share this video with every cat lover, because spreading this knowledge saves lives and prevents heartbreak. And most importantly, subscribe to our channel, so you never miss another chance to get expert tips and heartwarming advice that helps you protect and cherish your furry family member. Your support truly motivates us to keep creating valuable content like this, reaching more cat parents and making a real difference. Drop a comment below and tell us which one of these mistakes resonated with you the most, or what positive change you're making starting today. We read every single comment, and your feedback helps us create even better content for you. Thank you for being such a loving and dedicated cat parent. Remember, every purr, every head boop, every quiet moment of companionship is a testament to the incredible bond you share. Keep learning, keep loving, and keep making their world a safer, happier, and more stable place.